Hello everyone, my name is Kirtan Patel.
And my name is Wasim Kazali. The name of the game we are producing, or the current working title, is called Tower of the Solemn. Since the game we are building is a 3D third-person game, we decided that I would mostly work on the map and that Kirtan would work on the gameplay logic. The vibes we are trying to create in Tower of the Solemn are of a fantasy setting RPG with some parts of parkour, combat, and puzzle solving in it. The Tower of the Solemn will be built on Unreal Engine 5. The current plan for the game we are making is to create two separate map areas for players to traverse. In the beginning area, we have it planned out to be a parkour course. This section will have stationary and moving objects for players to navigate as they travel to the top of the map. In the second area, we will have about 2 or 3 sections. For the sections we do have in mind, one will be a puzzle/maze with obstacles in it the players must avoid, and another will have a combat zone where players must fight enemies to reach the end.
Hello everyone, my name is Kirtan. I'll be showcasing our game, The Tower of Solemn. So we are currently inside the main menu of the game. You can see the menu options on the right. First we have the play button, which will start the game. Next we have the settings. From inside the settings, you can change the graphics of the game. You can see the live change in the background. For showcase purpose, I'll keep everything high. Can go back. Next we have the load game. I'll explain this in few minutes. Then we have the credits for the game. We'll add more credits as we progress through our game. Now we can go back. Then we have the quit button, which will close the game. We'll start by playing the game.
Welcome, traveler. You look confused. Perhaps you think this is all a dream, but no. You're in a world that isn't your own.
As we just saw, a cutscene will be played as you start the game. The final version of the cutscene will be longer and more detailed, which will include a dialogue sequence. After the cutscene, you can control the player using WASD for movement directions. You can also jump using the space key. You can also dodge using control key. Next, we have checkpoints. So if the player happens to die or fall off, they can respawn at the last checkpoint. We also have a key bind to respawn, so if you click the key R, it will respawn you to your last location. Next, I will showcase our gameplay through the parkour. Next, we have a moving platform that we have to traverse through to get to the next checkpoint. Now that we are at our next checkpoint, if we happen to die at anywhere next, we will respawn at our last checkpoint. Now I will showcase our save game menu options. So we can pause the game by using escape or clicking P. From the pause menu, you can go back and continue playing the game. You can also save the game, go back to menu, look at the credits, or quit the game. So for save games, you can select a slot to save your last checkpoint. So if we save our checkpoint in the first slot and go back to menu, and if we want to load that game, we can load that game and we'll spawn at our last checkpoint. Next, we have moving objects that we have to traverse through to get to the next checkpoint. Then we have another moving platform. We are still working on the next part of the map. For now, this is as far as we can go. This door teleports us to the next level of the game. So if we walk through the door, it will teleport.
Next we have our weapon.
You can attack using left click. You can also use mouse right click for a charge attack. The charge attack has cooldown. On the right side you can see a bar for the charge attack. For now it's set to 5 seconds.
For the second level, we are working on adding more elements. For example, as illustrated in the background, we may add an easy way and a hard way. Next, we may add a part where the player has to make it to the other side without getting hit by the moving crab. Then finally, we plan to add an area with enemies where the player has to defeat the enemies and the boss to win the game. For clarification, we did start with Unreal Engine third-person template, which has basic movements inbuilt. Finally, we have the documentation, where we have linked to all the external assets that we have used inside the game. For example, the maps and the characters. They're all linked in the document. Thank you for watching.